Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a quiet kitchen at sunrise. A cup is warm in your hands. A spoon taps the side, and a little sweetness disappears into the steam. It feels ordinary, but that tiny swirl of sugar carries a history that is anything but ordinary. Our story begins far from supermarkets. Long ago, people in New Guinea chewed the tall stalks of sugarcane for its sweet juice. They did not have bags or cubes. They only knew that this grass held a gift inside it. Over time, the plant moved west. In India, people learned a new trick. They pressed the cane, collected the juice, and boiled it in wide pots. As the water rose into the air, brown crystals formed at the bottom. These crystals were called khanda, and that word helped shape our modern word candy. In those early days, sugar was rare. It was used like medicine, and it was offered in religious ceremonies. For most people, honey was still the main sweetness. Then, the secret moved again. From about the 700s onward, Muslim and Arab traders and farmers carried sugarcane and sugar knowledge across warm lands. They grew cane in places like Egypt, Syria, and parts of Spain. They built irrigation channels to bring water to thirsty fields. They used mills powered by animals or flowing water to crush the cane. They cleaned the juice, boiled it, and refined it until it became lighter and purer. In great cities, sugar became a prized spice and a symbol of wealth. Now, picture Europe in the Middle Ages. In the 1100s, during the Crusades, Europeans tasted sugar in the Eastern Mediterranean. To them, it felt like honey without bees, but smoother and stronger. Back home, kings and nobles wanted it for feasts. Cooks shaped it into bright decorations and delicate figures. Sugar was so costly that it worked like jewelry you could eat. Because Europe was too cold for sugarcane, every grain had to come by ship and caravan. So Europeans searched for warmer places they could control. In 1493, on his second voyage, Christopher Columbus carried sugarcane to Hispaniola in the Caribbean. The plant loved the heat and rain. Soon, European empires saw white gold in these islands. They cleared forests and built huge plantations to grow cane for profit. Plantations became vast systems of fields, mills, and boiling houses. But sugar has a hard truth. Cane is heavy, sharp, and urgent. Once it is cut, it must be crushed quickly before it spoils. The boiling rooms were hot and dangerous. Plantation owners wanted wealth, not the work, so they forced other people to do it. We must pause here. The rise of plantation sugar is tied to deep human suffering. Millions of Africans were kidnapped and transported across the Atlantic. Many died on the ships. Those who survived were enslaved and made to cut cane, feed mills, and stand near boiling vats day after day. Families were torn apart. The sweetness on European tables came with violence and stolen lives. Sugar helped power the slave system in many parts of the Americas, especially on Caribbean plantations. Over the years, people began to protest this cruelty. Writers, faith leaders, and former enslaved people spoke openly. Laws slowly changed, and many nations ended legal slavery in the 1800s. The plantations did not disappear overnight, but the idea that humans could be owned was challenged. In the 1800s, change arrived again. Steam power and new machines made cane processing faster, and scientists found another source, sugar beet. In 1747, a chemist named Andreas Markgraf showed that beets contained the same kind of sugar as cane. Later, Franz Karl Achard improved the process, and the first beet sugar factory opened in 1801 in Prussia. During the Napoleonic blockade years, beet sugar grew even more important in Europe because imports were harder to get. As beet sugar and industry expanded, sugar became cheaper. It moved from palaces to ordinary homes. Tea, jam, biscuits, and chocolate became everyday comforts. Sugar was no longer a rare treasure. It became a daily habit. Today, sugar is still everywhere, often hidden. It can appear in sauces, bread, and even healthy snacks. Many health experts warn that too much added sugar can raise risks for problems like tooth decay, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. So people try to find balance, smaller portions, fewer sweet drinks, and more whole foods. So the next time you stir sugar into your cup, remember the long road behind that sparkle. Remember the tropical fields, the traders, the ships, the factories, and the people whose labor made this industry possible. Sugar's story is both sweet and bitter, and knowing that story helps us choose with care what we bring to our own tables.